We're going to get right into our mission statement and then get into the economic chart. So, looking at our mission statement, our mission here is to create the greatest group of professional traders compiled in the world. We work tirelessly every day to improve our individual selves and push each other to get the most out of one another. With each individual's personal accountability, 100% effort, and consistent actions towards focusing on our controllables, we'll each reach our full potential individually and as a family. I, Stefanos, pledge to be the best version of myself today, to do whatever it takes to be the greatest trader that I can be and to be the most self-disciplined person I know. I will do the things I have to do today, regardless of how I feel, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. We'll control what I can control and not worry about anything else. Reminders, we do not overtrade, we do not overrisk, especially like a day like today. You don't need to catch a trade today. 1 to 2 trade ideas per day, 3 if you see that perfect setup. Capital preservation over capital appreciation, aka risk management, is number 1. Keep your trading plan in front of you. Make smart decisions, and that's what you're focusing on, whether you're in a trade or before you enter a trade. We are system oriented. Now, how much money can I make on this one given trade, and focusing so much on money? Have a sense of urgency today when it comes to your daily musts and your tasks. And most importantly, eliminate excuses and any victim mindset. Disregard any of that disease, full accountability for your actions. All right. So looking at the economic calendar, we have PPI coming out. Now, we had CPI coming out earlier this week, right, on Tuesday, and it came out as expected and a little bit higher than what was expected over here on the year over year. Now, inflation, as we know, has definitely been decreasing, and it's definitely been improving a little bit as we've gone through last year and then the early months of this year as well. But at the same time, inflation kind of lowers or raises in cycles. So you'll have 1 month that's really good, like really low as far as inflation and what we're expecting. The next month might be pretty much like we just saw on Tuesday over here, right? And then next month after that could end up being, a lot better, or maybe even worse, a little bit higher of inflation. But it just moves in cycles, whether you're decreasing inflation or increasing it. So right now, CPI and PCE are the main gauges for inflation for the Fed. Now, PPI, what we're getting at today, the producers price index, that is something that it's definitely a good indicator for where CPI is going to be going, because when producers and business owners and manufacturers are all paying higher for items or whatever their merchandise that they're selling to us, when their prices get higher, our prices are eventually going to get higher. But again, CPI and PCE are more of the main gauges for inflation. So I don't know if this is going to move the market too much. If we go back and look on gold, or if you guys go back and look on gold, do a little back testing on PPI, you're going to see that we didn't really get too much of a move. It was pretty much consolidating, almost like what we got yesterday when we were back testing retail sales. Retail sales the last 5 months has not been what it was maybe 2 years ago, because the main focus is interest rates and central banks and what they're going to be doing next, right? Retail sales isn't going to be affected as much. You're not going to get as big of a move as we used to get maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But again, PPI coming out today, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. I know we got Empire State over here, came out much better than expected. Still in the negative, but it's negative 5.8, right? So looking at Philly Fed Manufacturing over here, they are expecting a little bit of an increase, still staying in the negative, but again, it's negative 7.6 is what they're expecting. And then we got unemployment claims, which as always, we always get on Thursday. I don't know if that's going to move the market too much, unless it's a big surprise, right? Unless we get some kind of a big move and you're going to end up getting a nice volume push. But that is the economic calendar for today. We don't have much going on tomorrow either. I know employment data was terrible last night for Australia, right? Over here, negative 11.5 thousand jobs that were lost. And then you have unemployment rate, which is the main number, rose by 2 basis points. 0.2%, basically. So looking at today, you're going to have RBA Governor Lowe speaking today to see what he has to say about the employment data and what they got going on over there. But again, I don't think any of you guys trade in the Australian pairs. But moving into the remainder of the week, we only have retail sales coming out of Great Britain over here, import prices coming out for the U.S., Bowman's going to be speaking as well, and then CB leading index is going to be coming out on Friday. But all pretty much yellow folder events, not going to move the market too much. But right now, let's get into the charts right now. Looking at the monthly on GJ, get this out. Anyone have any questions about fundamentals?
Nope.
Also, I was just reading an article about Japanese yen and Japan. Their manufacturing and export prices has rose, so they were able to actually, where is it? Let me go back to the economic counter. Trade balance over here was a lot better than expected. So that's where you saw that short-term strength in the Japanese yen. I think it's one of the strongest on the days right now. Right over here, we're kind of like holding support. We have been, consolidating and correcting over here on the Japanese yen, but at the same time, we're kind of like holding support, and that's where we got a nice little bounce. We got a nice little bounce over here, and that's where we've been seeing a lot of that consolidation here on GJ. But on the monthly, candle still very bullish, right? We did pass the high of the previous candle, but again, we're still sitting in this area, and I know the daily and the weekly are pretty much rejecting our resistance up here for the most part. Right, we'll see it on the lower time frames. You can really move that right there because we know those two wicks are resistances on the lower time frame. But if we're able to break through that area, clean move, at least coming into here, right? This previous support over here, you get a clean move right over here that you could be mirroring. And here we go. Looking at the daily, we just tapped into that wick right over there to the left, as you can see, right? Over here, we got that strong close above resistance over here. And again, you can really kind of draw that like that, where that's our main resistance. We just like to tap into there. Once you close and get a strong close outside of this area, then that'll be a good sign that we could continue up. But until then, this one barely closed at that area. And also we have that wick, which is a resistance on the lower time frame. So we're actually rejecting that area right now. We ended up getting that bearish candle close yesterday on GJ. So right now, are we going to get some kind of a correction where price continues down, like kind of like we got over here and over here? Or is price kind of like pulling back into the range, holding a support, and then we're going to eventually continue up this way next week, right? All pretty much depends on the Japanese yen. We'll see what retail sales come out at for Great Britain tomorrow. But right over here, that's your resistance. This price keeps rejecting this area over here, right? And right now we are holding some kind of a support right here. Yesterday was pretty difficult to break down GJ and where it wanted to go because it was really just ranging, right? It's really just sitting in this area. So it looks like what we have right now is some kind of a resistance right here, which we can mark off. I don't know if we're going to have any safe buys in here. It is only the 4 hour, so maybe we do on the lower time frames. But right here, maybe you don't want to be trading in, right? It's pretty, you know what? This might be an area where you could be possibly executing on the sell as you go down the time frames. I was seeing a possible rejection as we've gotten in the past here, where price could be continuing down. Do you want to take that? Maybe not. But again, there are possibilities where you can trade within ranges. It's just that you're going to have a lot safer of a move once you break out of that support and you get that clean move to the left. All these clean candles here to the left that you could be mirroring. But looking at the 1 hour, this is what I was talking about. See the last time we've visited these areas over here? You got that resistance right there. Last time we tapped into it, you get that hard pull. We come up to retest that area, and then we reject again. And now we're sitting in that same exact area. Last hour, we ended up getting a strong bullish candle close or bearish candle close at 6 a.m., right? Or at 7 a.m. when this candle closed, right? So this candle ended up creating that top wick, passed below the previous candle, and continued down. But right now, we're sitting right at some kind of a support. I'm not going to mark that off as a support right now just because this whole thing is pretty much a range. I'll look at it on the 30-minute for a second. Yeah, this whole thing, if you're not executing based on that candle right there with your stop loss up there, I think it's a little too late to get in at this point. You're sitting right in the middle of the range. Everything is sideways. Plus, you don't have any volume, so just keep that in mind. Let me put that right there. Keep that in mind for trying to take any kind of chances on a move. Now, once we do break this support, what do you got to the downside? You got almost 70 pips right here with a clean move to the left that you could be mirroring and taking this down. Then all of a sudden at the top over here, I do think if we do break that resistance, we'll be breaking through here and continuing up. But over here, you got about maybe 40, yeah, 35 pips, which is enough on GJ, right? You just want to make sure you're getting that close above that you're looking for, a clean close above that you could take this out. Depending on, you know, some of us a little bit more advanced, we can understand where price is starting to hold support down here and starting to break up. You know, depending on the candles, these candles are a little bit weaker. So this wouldn't be an opportunity for me to take a buy, even though we didn't close above this area. But there's certain setups that you guys can take where you're waiting for the bottom wick to form and then to pass to the high of the previous candle over here and continues out. But if you guys are just starting out as traders or you're not comfortable doing that just yet, wait for the clean close above, take the bottom wick, and then take this thing up. All right. But right now, if you're not in any kind of sales right now, I would not be touching GJ. It's very, very choppy over here. So you're going to have those safe sells. Let me just mark this off. Right there. Safe buys. Put up top here. This is now a no trade range. But does everyone understand what I'm talking about? Where like there are certain ranges that you can trade within when you're bouncing off of resistance or support, and you're basically just playing the history like you got right over here. Safe stop loss up here, but you know, you might be able to play this down. Just understand the limitation of your trade. Understand you want to secure majority of your trade right here, because it's a little bit more than 1-to-1 if you entered after that candle closed. So these are those setups that, like, when you're trading within a range, if you guys haven't done this yet, you're not comfortable with it, don't do it yet. You got to back test it first. That should always be your first step, is back testing things first to see how they work, see how you're comfortable with it, and then you start taking it in the live market. But these are the ones that you could journal and just study and see how often does this end up happening, right? Because it is a big enough range for you to trade that in. All right, so I'm putting that there. Let's go over to gold right now, which we know is pretty rangy. Monthly has not changed too much, right? We're sitting right around 1830 over here. Prices really declined since we've been coming up in November. Been coming up, came right up into 1960, and now we're right back down to 1830 over here. So looking at the weekly, further correction. Getting that further correction, nice bearish candle close. Love this candle close. Past the high, past the low, and close a strong bearish candle. Then you get the doji. Top wick respects it, and then past the low of the previous candle, continuing right back down. This is what we said would happen, coming down into 1830. But from 1830, we don't know yet. What's going to happen here? Are we going to bounce off here and continue up? We're going to be able to close below and continue right back into, actually, maybe this area we can maybe mark off. Right there. But looking at the daily now you can start to really understand what's going on. So the reason I'm marking this level off right here, kind of in the middle of this consolidation, is because you have all these rejections to the left, but also you have a clean move. Once we break below 1830 right here, you got clean candles coming down, and that's your next support right there. All right. So right now, looking at this setup right now, you ended up getting a very strong bearish candle, respecting the high of the previous candle, passing the low, and closing a very strong body, right? Now, last time we were in 1830, we were obviously in a different market environment where we were just continuing up in a bullish trend and bouncing off that key area to continue up with that candle, right? But right now, we're in that opposite area. So are we going to be able to break through 1830 and continue right back down to 1800 where we got that previous support? See. Now the 4-hour, again, we've been in this environment right here where you're getting these hard impulsive moves. We consolidate. Then we obviously kind of chopped around over here, but then we get this impulsive move and then consolidate, right? But this was kind of your impulsive move. That's what we got, I think, 2 weeks ago. Actually, no, the end of last week, we got this move, right? So when this came down, that's your impulsive move, kind of like this, but it didn't have enough volume to continue through that way, right? We just kind of consolidated in here. It's been very messy. If we actually mark this off, we did have a trend that we recently broke. We were respecting over here, and we kind of broke with that price action right there. So now we've been creating these lower highs and lower lows, and just kind of consolidating on our way down. So right now, I'm just going to mark off 1830. That's that support that we want to make sure we're closing below. And we also have this area up here that we're going to see on the lower time frames, but we're holding some kind of a resistance in here with that wick where we ended up flipping bearish. Huge wick passing the high of the previous candle and then flipping bearish over here. We like that, but we want a stronger candle, and we would need it closing below this support over here if we think price is going to continue down. But instead, we just keep rejecting this support right here. So looking at the 1 hour, yeah. Let's see. I would actually just put that like somewhere right there. Because you get that previous support to the left, right? And then you get the clean move coming down below that area. Obviously, you got the psychological level of 1830. That's been a major area on the monthly and the daily and weekly. But at the same time, we can easily push through that because we're studying candles. Right now, I'm just going to move that down here a little bit. All right, we're holding that resistance, holding this support over here where we've rejected multiple times. But if you could get some kind of like bearish candles forming over here where we start to create like some bearish pressure and continue down, and then all of a sudden you get that candle closing like this, next candle creates that top wick, flips bearish, and continues right back down from there. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, that's kind of what I'm looking for, so that we could grab this range right here. Got about 60 pips. I'm just going to mark that off. Green range. Now up here is where it gets a little tricky, but I could see price like kind of, now this is where you need to wait for that retest, right? Because you're in that bearish trend. Wait for the retest, wait for price to hold support so you could take this up, because you do have a clean move coming up into here. But at the same time, you're in that bearish trend, so you got to make sure that you're breaking out of there. Because if you just wait for a bullish candle close above that resistance right here, majority of the time you're probably getting faked out here. Right? I gotta work on my artwork. Continue right back down from there. Probably not one candle, but you get the point. Make sense? So this is more what I'm looking for. This is a little iffy if you guys are going to take buys. So I'm just going to mark this off more as like an orange range. It's big. It's definitely big enough. Got about 160 pips in there, but just make sure you wait for that retest and we hold support there. Because, you know, on the lower time frames, this is the 1 hour, but some of the lower time frames, maybe the 15-minute, maybe the 5, we did end up faking out this level already. Yeah, this is don't want to touch gold. Don't want to touch gold. All right. US 30. US 30's been retracing a little bit, right? We got our main levels marked off, 33,000 up here, 35,000. We keep rejecting that area. Keep holding this support, but we do keep rejecting this resistance, these candle bodies over here. If you look at the weekly here, we keep rejecting this area. And if you guys remember yesterday, we ended up having that that bullish candle pushing into this area, holding these weak bullish candles, bearish candles, whatever, doji candles. We've been holding that support and creating higher lows. This candle pushed into that area, and now it's starting to retrace. And last time we were in this area, not happening all the same way, but we've rejected that area multiple times. So if you look at the daily, yeah, daily is really just ranging in here. 2 days ago, we ended up closing bearish right in that area. Really draw this out like that if you want to. But right now, you're just stuck in all this. Everything above this support and below this resistance right now is very difficult to trade. But what I am looking at is 2 days ago, we got that bearish candle rejection. Then you get this bullish candle holding support down here, which makes it very difficult. But this candle is now passing the high, which it did, and now breaking its own low. Like it keeps continuing to make a new low over here. You're starting to see maybe like the bearish trend over here starting to respect. And honestly, that is a major bearish trend on the higher time frame here. See how we just keep rejecting that, creating new lower highs. So now we're just kind of consolidating, grabbing orders, and then eventually, if we start to see more pessimism in the market, this thing could continue down, breaking 33,400, and then eventually 32,600, and continuing down as we head more into a recession. But this is what I was talking about here. Was this lower high being formed? You got that rejection. You have a wick over here. We ended up filling that wick almost. And then we pull back, creating a lower high here, right? What are the chances that price comes down into this area right now? Holding this lower high. Right there. You ended up getting this candle passing the high of that bearish candle, right? And flipping bearish, closing bearish. Top wick forms past the low of the previous 4-hour candle and is now mirroring this move to the left. Look at the 1 hour. Strong 1 hour candle close. Top wick form past low of the previous candle. Could be coming into support right here. Again, it's risky to take because you're in all this consolidation here. And it's more of an advanced thing that maybe you guys could start taking down the road. But right now it's getting this break below this support right over here. Got that close, liquidity grab, strong bearish candle close, another weaker one, but created a lower high and a lower low. This one respected its high, passed the low, and now we're mirroring this move all the way down to this area. 34,000 flat. So it looks like price is going to end up tapping into that area. Let's see, 15 minute. Yeah, 15-minute created a nice lower high, continuing down, mirroring that move. But again, at any point, this thing could pull back because we're not trending. Right? We're really just going side to side over here on the 4 hour. Right? This thing could just pull back at any point and then continue right back down. That's just the frustrating part about trading consolidations. And trying to sell that bounce off the resistance, trying to do something like that. That's the only frustrating part of doing that in a big range. All right. Anyone have any questions?
No.
No, you guys are all good?
Not right now, thanks.
It's pretty choppy today. That's why I wanted to start off with the later session. Not much to do except look at a rangy market and start to get tempted to take a trade if you guys don't have discipline. But you guys have all been pretty in tune with your discipline so far. Now let's see. I want Jack, would you want to break down the chart for us? I kind of want to see the way you look at a market. Have you seen us do that yet?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I can break down. I'm
Okay.
looking at UJ at the moment, so I'm quite
EJ?
happy to break it down. Yeah.
EJ? Okay, awesome.
No, UJ.
Oh, UJ. Okay. And have you seen us break down a pair yet?
No.
No? Okay. So you know the annotation tool that you have on Zoom right now?
1 second.
So if you go to options on Zoom and then
yeah,
you'll see annotate.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see the fourth option, it says draw.
Yeah, I'm on that, yeah.
And then there's a pull down menu below that, and use the third option, the rectangle. This
Okay,
right here.
cool.
So you just draw wherever you want your support and resistance on each time frame, and then I'll come in and I'll draw it like this.
All right,
Fill
perfect.
it in.
So I'd probably start on the weekly.
Okay. You want to start on the weekly?
Yeah, I don't really draw too much on this, but obviously I can see that the previous candle is bullish and engulfed this one.
Mm.
So so it looks positive. So it looks that we're going up. Then I go on the daily,
Okay.
and now this is when I'd start marking out now.
Okay.
So we zoom in a little bit. So I've got, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll tell you when I'm set. There you go.
Okay, so I'd have a support here. No, sorry, a resistance here.
Okay.
And obviously we're around this area. So to be fair, currently I'd only really be looking. I would potentially put something here, but I'm not really too bothered about that one. So for now, I'd only have the resistance because that'd be quite key for me, because if we break above that and come down, but then I'd go on to the 4 hour now.
Yeah, I mean on the daily, you're not going to be down here for a while, but
Yeah,
would this support make sense to you right here?
yeah. So that's where that was supposed to go.
Okay.
It's just bad annotation for me,
It's all
but
good,
yeah.
man. It's all good.
And then
So yeah, you're seeing a
yeah,
nice little rebound over here, huh?
yeah. So the only problem I got now, if I go down to the 4 hour, obviously we got the news, but you said it's not really, as you mentioned previously,
Mm.
it's not that big of a deal really. So here I'd probably
All right,
try and move it a little bit, but 1 second, because I got it marked up on my one. I'm just trying to see if it's the same. Okay, so it's quite similar, but I'll probably go down to the 1 hour now, and this is where I'd start probably line it all up a lot better.
Okay.
So if we zoomed into the main area. Oh,
There you go.
so I'd probably put one up here. I'd have one around this area, but I'd obviously be a bit tighter upwards. Then on the 30-minute, I have one here. So what I'm currently looking at is what you was mentioned earlier, where sorry, that one's a bit better. Where the candle would kind of look like you said, where it's like this, and then I'd be looking to take it up because that's 30 pips. So I'd be looking for a buy going upwards.
Okay.
That's kind of my idea currently. I know we got this area here to be wary of as well, but that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment.
Yeah, that might be where you want your first take profit, especially if you take an impulse entry here, where you wait for the candle to close above, bottom wick forms, pass the high of it. That'll probably be your 1-to-1. So that's where you could take off some profit. But after this little fake out right over here, right? And it technically kind of isn't a fake out because that was a previous support to the left. But like this liquidity grab, right? It's a liquidity grab nonetheless, where we pull back and then completely correct that move over here, but we just keep rejecting this resistance right here. But after that, and then this higher low with a strong bullish candle close, if we have the volume and the strength to close above this area, I could definitely see this not only breaking above that area, but based on this and how bullish we've been, I could definitely see us, if we're not going to break through this level right here, we're at least going to get some kind of a double top, where, maybe you could catch the sells on the way back down, but that's that you'd be counter trend trading. I think you got safe sells below this area, and then you can take sells over here, back down to this area with a clean move to the left. But there were just, I think you did a great job. There were just a few things I would do a little bit differently. So I think it was looking more at the 4 hour over here. So the 4 hour, the only thing I would do is just kind of like thicken that out over here a little bit, because once we start to break above that, that's your most recent resistance. We've tapped into that area. Every single time we tap into it, look what ends up happening. Get a huge impulsive move down, right? So what are the chances that happens here? Now, structure has broken. We've gotten higher lows right over here, right? And now we're getting higher lows over here as well, right? So there's a good chance that we could break through this area and continue up. Where would you say your target is once we do break through that 134 or 500 level?
No, that would be my target. I would probably, most of my trade would be closed off by then.
Makes sense. I'm asking though, if we do get a daily close above that area.
Oh, okay. So we got a daily close. We got this nice candle here.
Mhm.
Truthfully, this would be my first, like that area here, around there would be my first target.
Nice.
Then I'd see how it reacts, and then probably look to take it up here somewhere.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Pretty much on the same page when it comes to breaking down charts and everything. Now, looking at the 1 hour, I think there was one other thing I was looking at. Yeah, I mean this whole area, like it just comes up into here and then it just rejects. So you could really like technically just encompass this whole area because price likes to tap into it. As you've seen,
Yeah.
we like to tap into this whole area. I just, I know you're kind of new to the streams, but I don't like drawing my zones out like big like this because on the 1 hour, like if you go to the 30-minute, there might be opportunities for us to take trades in here like scalps, but like this just keeps it safe for you. But above that area, if you get like a clean close, kind of like why the only reason I like drawing it like this is because if you do get a close at some point, like strongly above that area, you got a clean move to the left. You could take that right up. And that's how many pips? That's 100 pips right there.
Yeah.
That's plenty. And then eventually, I mean, that might not even be where price stops because you do have all these rejections over here, which is definitely a take profit area. But this candle pushed right through that area so easily, right? So why can't it do that on the upside? I've seen that happen many times where on the upside of that, price will mirror this candle perfectly, and push right through that area. But I could definitely see where you'd want to take profit right there. But great
Okay,
job,
and
man.
you see how you mentioned earlier, obviously we got news coming soon. I don't
Mhm.
see what that is. Obviously you say it doesn't normally move the chart, so move the candlestick so much. Would you still keep a keen eye on that on the news?
Yeah,
Just in
absolutely.
the
I
current
mean,
situation.
it very well could. Like it could be an anomaly where it moves a lot more than it typically would in the last couple of months. Because again, the last couple of months, the Fed's not so much focusing on or the markets aren't so much focusing on retail sales and stuff like that. Although they have been kind of down despite the holiday season, but at the same time, everything is just trying to figure out where the Fed is going to go. Are they going to start coming back on rate hikes? Are they gonna maybe lower rates at the end of the year? Everyone's just trying to figure out what they're gonna do. And with that being said, some of these moves that, if you remember, I don't know how long you've been trading, I forget, but retail sales used to give us a great move, right? GDP always used to give us a great move pre-COVID, and like all these little red folder events, in the last year, I would say, they haven't given us much because of the FOMC and Fed and what they're going to be doing. So it hasn't been the main focus. You may get a little move, but it's not going to be what it used to be. Like it
Yeah,
used
so
to be almost like an FOMC move, GDP or retail sales. Like it used to be like a huge 100 pip, 200 pip move. It's not like that anymore, or at least for right now.
yeah.
But I think you did a good job breaking down, man. It was your first time doing it? No. It was quick. That's how I like it. I want you guys to be like, again, professional traders, and I want you guys to be efficient with breaking down charts and making sure like, you know what you're doing and know what you're talking about when it comes to these levels. But at the same time, I want to like quick. I want you guys to be very decisive over what you're doing. And if you're not like that right now, that's okay. But I want you to work towards it by volunteering every single day and being like, yeah, let me break this down. And you're gonna see yourself getting better every single time. And trust me, if you guys feel nervous about breaking charts down in front of each other, people respect you more when they see you struggling in the beginning and watch you get better and better every single time that you get better at doing it. People respect the journey of watching you struggle in the beginning and then, getting better by volunteering every single day. So with that being said, who would like to break down the chart?
I'll go unless no
There
one
it
else
is.
wants to.
Let's
Go on,
fucking go.
Sharjeel. Go on. I'll go
Sharjeel?
after you.
Sharjeel, you wanted to break one there?
Yeah.
There you go. Love it. What would you like to break down? Do you have a specific pair?
GBP USD.
Okay. It's a good one.
Because I'm looking at trading this pair in the future as well because it's quite good. I've been watching it for about a few weeks.
Okay.
and I've opened a journal like just based on this pair. I'm going to be live back testing it, and
Interesting.
I'm going to be doing that for about a month or two, and then if it turns out to obviously be good, then I'll start trading it.
It's exactly what you should be doing. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's the right path of taking on a new pair. I've been actually thinking about looking at Asian more, just because I mean I go to the gym and you know I'm done for the night. Uh, by the time we get home at 7 o'clock, I either hop on a Zoom with one of you guys or I'm really like winding down, finishing my daily must and you know, reading or doing whatever I have to do at night. But I have been exploring maybe trading Asian a little bit more and trading one of the Asian pairs, Australian JPY, AUD JPY, you know, any of these Australian pairs, New Zealand pairs, because those are the ones that move at that time. But you know, I don't trade those pairs yet. But I've been thinking of picking up one of those so that we could trade during Asian. But yeah, without further ado, let's get it going.
Um, so on a monthly, we are currently bearish right now, and it looks like we're holding a resistance over here.
Sure.
And we have got a support that comes all the way back to here, and it kind of aligns with that. On the lower time frame, this will be candlestick body there, so
There it is.
it's like the two major range areas, and
Love that.
I'll go down to the weekly now, please.
Okay. You see any trend?
We're currently bearish right now.
Might be able to mark off. You can put that there if you want. Just gives you that visualization.
Yes.
All right, looking at the weekly. What do you see going on?
On the weekly, we're at a support right now. I see this level over here.
Nice. And move that down just a little bit.
Yeah, you can kind of extend it towards the left as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is this wick on the lower time frames?
It'll be a candlestick that way.
So you think
Yes.
maybe right here?
Yes, perfect.
Awesome. And now that resistance, you know, is that where you want it?
I'll move it up this resistance to. I'll just contemplate whether I should put it up to here. Would that be more cleaner?
Okay. Do that. Now, if you're going to do that, I would just maybe add another one right here because you got that wick right there. Then you get that resistance. So you're marking off the most recent support and resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, right in there. So maybe if price breaks that area, you might have some room to take a trade up here with some clean candles on the lower time frames. Because this is the weekly, so I'm sure you have some more opportunity. But what's going on with these candles, real quick? Just a quick breakdown of what you're seeing.
Obviously, we've seen with these candles, we closed a week bearish over here. We indicated that we have formed a resistance, and this next candle came down and just filled out the range. You could call it like a fake out. So this was our range, and we broke out, and then we faked right back into that range, completely filling the range. And you could say with these candles forming, you could say we closed below this support, but it's not very clean.
Sure, Joe. Give me 1 second. We just got what's it called? PPI just came out, so we're just gonna check out the other charts and we'll get right back to it. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, UJ went 30 pips up.
Up.
It just flew, yeah.
Nice. Hopefully gold over here. This is actually what we just drew out, wasn't it? Those strong bearish candle closes. So maybe if we could get that close below, as you can see, we already just rejected that area. But if we can get a close below this area right here, you got 60 pips that you could take something down with. Clean range, right? And I like the bearish pressure. Price rejecting over here. Strong bearish candle, impulsive candles, right? Closing. This candle has no top wick right now, but it just pushed down with the news. But let's see what we end up doing over here as far as closing below that level. Now, US 30 was able to give us a nice push over here. This is what I was saying. This is what I want you guys to journal. Is maybe that bearish candle closed below. You can execute on with your stop loss above it, anticipating this area to get tapped, and then eventually 33,880. You know, again, that's kind of how you trade that range right there. And again, basing this off the 4-hour with that liquidity grab and the fact that that candle closed like that, healthy top wick, pass low of that candle, and continue down with clean moves to the left. Again, more risky. Journal it first before you start trading that, but I could see that being something that you guys take. And then I like the 1-hour candle here. Barely a bottom wick. This candle created a wick very identical to that one and passed the low with a clean move to the left. Okay. GJ's still kind of ranging right now, so I wouldn't be touching that. But gold over here, I want to see if we close below that level. I'm just going to put that on my other screen here. Yeah, I would say 1831.80. Maybe 1832, I would say. Yeah, keep it at 1832. You get a clean close below that area, you're coming down. Right? Maybe on the 30-minute, maybe on the 15-minute, possibly on the 15-minute. We'll see. But just make sure you get a strong close. And you can continue down. Now, depending on how the candles close around this area, maybe they close really strongly with this wick. Maybe the next one, you got enough volume to bring us down through this area with New York volume coming down, even though it doesn't close above below. But I strongly suggest waiting for the close below. Majority of my breakout trades, the candle closes above resistance or below support, right? But there are like maybe I would say 10-15% of those impulsive trades or breakout trades that you could take before the candle closes above or below. But that's something that you guys got to study on your own and make sure that you're going through, studying that actual setup. Sergio, you said you had to walk away for a second? You just said BRB. All right. We can keep GBP USD ready for him, but does anyone want to break anything down in the meantime? Get started on something?
Yeah, I'll give something a go.
Okay. Do you have an idea of what pair?
Let me try CJ.
CJ's nice.
Never broken a Swiss franc. I was thinking of Swiss franc CHF.
Oh, CHF. Okay.
Yeah.
A little rangy right now. All right. Awesome.
All right. So we're on the monthly. Big uptrend going on. I'll place my first one there.
Okay. Now I like the resistance over here, and that could definitely be an area. You know, I'm just gonna mark it off right there for you. I would just say, what about the wicks? Those bullish wicks. Is that level important to you?
Um,
On the
these
downside?
ones down here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's going to be important level going down, isn't it? Down the
Yeah.
time frames.
Beautiful. Yeah, being that this is the monthly, you know that's a support.
Yeah, and there's clearly obviously something going on here as well.
Okay.
Sharjil's back. Shall I pause it or shall I just carry on for now?
Yeah. Let's go back real quick, and then we'll finish up with yours. All right, Charlie.
No worries.
PSD. Here we go. So Sergio, we were on the weekly or the
Yeah.
daily?
I think it was. Yeah, I think I'm on the daily now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Side note: gold is rejecting that support.
Yeah. Could we move down to daily stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So currently on the daily, we held a resistance at this level, and we've obviously got a support over here. I could see us coming down to fill this little range out towards the left.
Mm.
And if we possibly close below, I think we can come down all the way to these levels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you want to be careful. I love that close right here, right?
Yeah.
But this is where you want to be careful with an impulse entry. Impulse entries only work in trending markets, right?
Yeah.
So you got to wait for a candle to close below this area. We'll see what happens on the lower time frames, but wait for that close below before you take anything down here. But for this resistance over here, I feel like I would just kind of neglect this.
Yeah, I'd take it off.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's go to the 4 hour.
Yeah, so the 4 hour, we're just holding a resistance up here. I'd move the resistance a little bit more up, so then it'll be candlesticks on the 30-minute on the hourly time frame.
Right here?
And yeah, I'd move that one up there, and I'll just this current one over here. I'll move this one a little bit more up.
This one?
Yeah, just there. That's all
Okay. How about support?
right. You could argue we've got this level over here, right there. Just
Okay.
like tomorrow. And moved, yeah, leave that there. How much pips is that from the most recent support to the one that we just marked off?
Like the right here?
Yeah, this range over here.
Oh, that range. That's probably about 20. Oh, 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like 25. You're going from right here. Yeah, about 25 right there.
Yeah.
So looking at the 1 hour. Ooh, this is looking nice.
Yeah. I think a good entry would have been possibly up here. This one over there. This one up here, because you see that candle, it broke the high and it flipped bearish as well, and it closed bearish too. So
Yeah, this
we rejected that area. Yeah.
that doji right there is a good hint that we're in this bearish trend. But after that close, healthy top wick, stop loss right up here, right? And
Yeah.
take this thing all the way down. Like we should be retesting that low based on these candles right now. It's not always going to happen, right? But we should be retesting that low.
Yeah.
So 30-minute. Yeah, see how we're breaking structure right here. This was your support and resistance. Now we're closing below that area. So now you're starting to see the tide start to turn.
Yeah.
Pushing up, and now we're starting to come back down.
Yeah, I could see this range getting filled out today, all the
Could
way
be.
down to
100%. If you were to take a sell, what would you be looking for right now?
What would I be looking for? Most likely that after news has come out, I'd be waiting for a close, possibly below here, to take a sell, to come down and fill all this range.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But initially we would be breaking structure even if we close below here.
Yeah, I'm thinking if price like maybe pulls back over here, you see some kind of healthy resistance form, you might be able to take high risk, high reward sells from up there. But yeah, clean close below this area, you got plenty of posts that you could take this all the way down.
Yeah.
Or even adjust that to that level. Right there.
Yeah.
I wanted to check real quick. I don't think we ever checked the numbers for PPI. Wow. Inflation's starting to go up a little bit over here. If you guys remember, Philly Fed manufacturing was down as well, and then unemployment claims was good, right? That was the only good thing. Building permits was off a little bit. Housing starts was off. Yeah, not too optimistic of any kind of data, but the dollar did jump. Dollar jumped based on the fact that the Fed might increase rates based on something like that. Right? See how the dollar's holding that support, and not only that, take a look at this. We've been in this bearish trend over here, right? Creating these lower highs, lower lows. It's a legit trend line because we've tapped more than 3 times. And now we're breaking out of it and now kind of retesting that area to continue up. So what does that tell you about one of the pairs that we trade? What should be happening with it? Anybody? Nobody understands that?
Gold USD, you mean?
Gold should be going where?
It should be dropping, shouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Strengthening.
It's-
Oh, dropping.
So it's the opposite. So if you're trading gold, you're basically buying gold. If you're buying gold, you're selling the dollar. If you're selling gold, you're buying the dollar. That makes sense? So if the dollar is strong over here and you're selling gold, you're basically buying the dollar. So gold over here should end up continuing down. That's dropping over there. Now GJ is starting to approach our support over here. But looking at gold, see how we're continuing down, continuing our bearish trend. And it's no coincidence that since gold has been coming down from 1960 over here, creating these lower lows and lower highs, the dollar, what was the date? February 2nd. February 2nd. Look at this. Higher lows, higher highs. And now we're breaking the trend. Make sense? Now, again, that doesn't mean to start blindly selling gold. You still wait for your setups. But now your bias is definitely more bearish than it is bullish, with the fact that the Fed may start increasing rates, especially based on last week's job data and some optimism in the market when it comes to the market still being strong, and the Fed needs to do something about that and bring demand down. All right. All right, Charlie, you want to CHF JPY. Great job, Sergio.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Get more confident, huh?
Yeah, I'm very confident.
Good. That's where we want you. All right. Charlie, take it away.
Seth, I've got a run. I've got an appointment to go to.
Sure, sounds good, man.
Right, see you later.
You too, brother. 1
Right, bye.
o'clock.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, Quentin? I always look over at the cameras and
I heard sounds good, babe.
Babe? You thought I said babe?
Yeah.
Did
Like
I say that?
it sounded like that a little because you were yawning at the same time.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, did I say that?
It's-
Got my second guessing myself.
Nah.
All right, so you wanted to move this up here?
All right, just neaten these up. Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Want to go down to the daily?
got a bit of a. Yes, please. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, might get a little bit cleaner for you.
All right. Probably move this up to here.
Nice.
Bit unclear what's going on here. Bit of a zone here as well.
Yeah, you had a little zone right there. For sure. Any
So
adjustments?
we're reacting.
What did we just close above?
We just closed above here. And we got wicks coming down into this area as well. Could just move that up, yeah. Maybe thin it out a bit.
Beautiful. And this is a perfect example of the clean close above an area that I talk about. Higher low,
Yeah, we've got
past the high, and close a strong bullish.
a very nice move
Yeah.
up to here, potentially, but it's very choppy.
Nice. So if we go down to the 4 hour, what would you be looking for here?
So we're getting some consolidation here. We'll just bring it up a bit to these bodies and into these wicks,
Okay.
just in line with this area here.
Sense.
Yeah. And leading that potential TP up there.
Gold dropping right now. Just waiting for that close. I'm probably going to take this on the hourly once the 1 hour candle closes below 1832. If you guys are looking at gold right now. Good job, Charlie. So you're looking for the support to hold here.
Looking for that support to hold to carry that back up, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we're on the 1 hour now.
Yep.
Yeah, just neat that up there. So we're looking for a close.
Gold dropping.
Looking for a close above there. Draw it a bit thinner though.
There you go.
And yeah, you got potential quite good sells down here as well, down to here. I'd just be wary of these wicks if we go down maybe to the lower time frame.
Yeah, if we go to the 30-minute, you'll be able to readjust.
Yeah. Just go to there.
Beautiful. So clean break out of this area. Got the clean move to the left. And is there a certain target that you'd want to take it up to, or you're keeping it with this one?
Well, that's a huge range, right? How big is this whole area here?
Oh, that's a huge area. 278 pip, 280.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see you.
Hold on, I've just got these thumbnails.
This is kind of what we're rejecting right now. That resistance that we're holding. Yeah, see that?
Right.
So this whole area is what we're rejecting right now. So again, if we could close through that area, you get the clean move to the left that you can mirror coming up. So you just want that clean close above that resistance right here.
Sure.
Right? Yeah, it'd be nice. Take that
And
up.
in terms of,
Go ahead.
yeah, where would your first TP? I mean, you'll be mindful of the traffic to the left. If you look left here,
100%.
you got all of this.
At this point, what I'd be probably looking for, what I'd be looking for is probably like psychological numbers, like where like banks probably wanted to bring price up to, because we're sitting right now at 145, 130. So if we start to break that 300 level, maybe price wants to come up into 500. Maybe it wants to come up into 146 up here. But I'd be secure, like when it comes to that, and you're trading in a clean range like that. What I would be doing is just looking for certain secure points. Like I'd be securing at either 10 to 15 or
Sure.
the 1-to-1. Then I would maybe take some off at either 30 or 50, and then usually I take off at 100.
Nice.
Like I have
Yeah,
certain
makes sense.
secure points in my trading plan that I kind of stick to, but it's typically always the next target, the next resistance, the next support. Makes sense.
All makes good sense.
Great job, man. I feel like you've gotten a lot better with this one compared to maybe the next one. Not that you were bad the first one, but
Yeah.
I think you're a little bit more decisive.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's a
Awesome.
bit easy to break down this one, this Swiss franc.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, if you guys improve your breaking down of charts and understanding where certain levels are properly placed, you guys can increase your win rate by like 10 to 15%. Like that, it's a major difference, I would say, because you guys think about it. Like, how many times have you guys taken losses based on your levels just being in the wrong spot? I'm sure you can count on your hand how many times that's happened. Used to happen to me. Even still, every once in a while, I'll realize, okay, maybe I could have my level a little bit, different, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit more safer. But right now, looking at gold right now, again, wait for this candle to close, because as you see, we're tapping into this area. We're starting to reject this area again, right? So if we could get that strong close below, or even it does close above, this is kind of the candle I'm talking about, where you can predict, even though we close above over here, majority of the time, if we create that top wick and start breaking our own lows multiple times over and over again, then price should continue down. You just want to make sure you have a safer stop loss above that wick, right? But preferably, I want this thing to close right below that level, right below 1832, because if we can, we're coming down to 1826. 61 pips, 60 pips we could catch. Now, this is where like understanding market structure comes in handy too, where you end up getting that strong impulsive move down, coming down into the support, right? And then you get this bearish candle closing, right? You're starting to see, all right, we're respecting the same resistance up here, and then we're getting this lower high with a strong bearish close with a wick to fill. Top wick formed on that candle, passing low of the previous candle, take that down. I know it was news that came out, but at the same time, I love that setup right there. And these are certain things that you guys are going to start to understand as you go down the, as you start to widen your repertoire of setups.
This is the 4-hour close too.
Yep, you got the 4-hour close
So
coming up too. Look how
it
nice
would be
that 4-hour
closing.
looks.
Yeah, it would be closing below a major support to the left. So we could be trending easily, filling the wick to the left and then going into 1820 something.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 1820, 18, yeah. Definitely coming down. This is our next target after that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put it right here, right? Because you could get some kind of a bounce off that area, but again, you got these candles coming all the way down into there, but we can leave it right there. I want to take a look at the dollar. See the dollar rising over here? That should give you guys confidence that we can see continued sells over here on gold. I'm gonna keep the stream going after 9 o'clock just because I want to see if we could all catch a trade together. I just need to use the bathroom real quick, but let me check out USD JPY. Yeah, see that? Tapping right into that area, Jack. Tapping right into that area. Let me see. Now again, you're more focusing on most resistance, support, and resistance. So this is really like if you were to get rid of this, this is really your resistance right there. So as a scalper, if we could close above that area, this is why I don't like drawing them that big. You could potentially grab a move coming right up into that area as well. Now you just got to manage, or you got to measure that range. Just about 30 pips. Oh. Jack, you there? Yeah, about 40 pips right there.
Yeah, yeah.
My
And I
thing
could-
is just got to make sure, you don't get caught. Like if this candle closes like that, or maybe above that area, the next one creates a small wick and then passes the high like in the first minute or two. Be careful of that. You might want to wait for, because it could pass the high and then all of a sudden pull right back as it's a little overextended. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So just be a little aware of that. But I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back, and we'll hopefully catch a trade on gold here. This will be nice. Wait for this close. Wait for the 4-hour close. Wait for the top wick on the 4-hour, and then take it down. All right, be right back. All right. So we got 2 minutes left before this candle closes. And it looks like it'll be closing below that like 15-minute support right over there. I guess you could put that right there if you'd like. But I'm just saying, if the 30-minute closes below these candle bodies over here, clearly below, we should be continuing down. That was a nice move. US 30 dropping. What did we say? US 30. Stock market taking a hit. Check that UJ. Yeah, Jack, so far it's kind of rejecting that area.
Yeah, so now I'd probably look for the next one to close above, right? And then potentially take something.
Yeah. And also keep in mind, last time we were in this area,
Big rejection.
big rejection. So, like I said, don't rule out the fact that we could be tapping it. We are very bullish, right? So keep in mind that everything above that level is a buy. So you could kind of draw it like that, but even if, you know, if we break below that area, which is going to be this support, we should be good. All right, got that strong close on gold, but like I said, don't rule out the fact that you could get this, which is going to be your safe
Yeah.
sells right here. And get a nice double top.
Yeah.
Just might want to retest that area again. All right, let's go back to gold. Where did my, oh, there we go. Okay, clean close below. So now you got to wait for that resistance to form here, and take this thing down. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna 4-hour close, so nice. At this point, you guys should start journaling. Everyone keeping an eye on gold. Sure. Aziz, how you doing, buddy? You've been quiet today. Big pullback on gold. We're gonna be patient. It's today, Thursday. I believe it's Thursday already.
Stefanos, you listen me?
There he is. What's up, man?
Okay.
What's the check on?
Yeah, micro is closed. I don't make attention. Just I make a buy for USD yen. I make 20 pips after I take my. That's it. I wait for gold now.
I thought you only trade GJ and gold. What happened?
Now USD yen is I like it when you analyze the guy. I like it the setup. Don't
Okay.
I take 20 pips and go kick. That's it.
We'll
And
talk about that on your Zoom.
Okay.
You got to be able to stick to your pairs, and when you guys want to start trading other pairs, that's fine. But you want to start back testing those first, right? Because you don't know how they move. It's like having a different girlfriend. You don't know how their emotions are, you know, during certain things. Like some girls, you know, that something bothers them more than others. You got to learn that. Handling different emotions. So far, gold. Maybe holding a resistance, hopefully. And if it does flip, I mean, that's a nice healthy wick, but Right now, we got to form a resistance. I could see us potentially holding some kind of a resistance up here, right? Pulling back all the way up here, holding some kind of resistance. Start to see that bearish candle close. Could possibly take this down because now you get the range, and then also you do have dollar continuing out, which I would move over here. Your support. If the dollar closes above that level, above 104 flat, I could see this thing continuing right back up. Dollar's gained some more strength in the past month or two, about a month, bouncing off this level. Japanese yen has opened up pretty bearish. Can we continue down from here? And on GJ, if GJ probably holds support, I could see that happening too. And just kind of consolidating. Stay out of GJ right now. Who do I have as Zooms today? Who do I have for Zooms? Got Martin and Carlos. It's Mr. Carlos. Oh, he's not here anymore. Dylan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. I've been
Good?
just paying attention, looking at the charts
There
on
you
my
go.
trading view.
Throw a nice frozen
What's
bag.
up?
You throw a nice frozen bag of peas on your
No, I didn't.
keep that between us.
I should have.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
no
right. It's
fun,
all
is it?
right. It's all right. No, but yeah, no. But it is what it is. You know, like you said, it's a way of God saying
Hell yeah.
it's time. Yeah, so for sure, it's a lesson more than anything.
It's,
so.
I mean, listen, what you went through is it's just like a moment in time. It's just it
Yeah.
happens. It's a lesson. It's by nowhere near rock bottom. But you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
hear that story of like, you know, you hit rock bottom. You just need to. Some people just need to really wake up and start their life.
Yeah.
That, you know, that could be one of those situations, and it really wasn't even that bad.
No, and I agree. You know, it was probably more personal feelings and shit, you know,
Of course,
all mental as well. So,
yeah, man.
but whatever.
Now
Starting
you're in
over
that
with
clear
now, man.
path with some good people in here. It's you know, you're with some of the best people around the world that is, we all have your same exact goals, right? So everyone has
Yeah.
you know, that burning passion to get better. So you just keep talking to people, message people on the side, yo, you want to back this, you want to do this, like just keep surrounding yourself with other people in the group, you know, and that goes for all you guys. Like you guys are gonna be getting better and better. Surround yourself with people that want to get better, and just message them. Yeah, let's back test. Even though we back test 3 times a week, yeah, let's back test Friday. Let's back test Monday. Let's back test over the weekend. Let me see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Let me see some of the trades you're taking. You know, that's how you guys get better. Major
Yeah,
benefit
for sure.
of a community.
Plus,
But
I need to set up an account and like actually trade. That's
Okay.
my thing too.
yeah, absolutely. Well, what
So,
do we have a Zoom? No, we don't have a Zoom, right? What's your
no, we don't
plan
have
for it?
anything scheduled at the moment
What's your plan for it right now? Do you have
for
like
like
a
setting up
certain
an
date?
account.
Yeah, do you have a certain date? Like what I like to do is like set up something where you guys kind of earn it, and it's like, okay, I hit my certain goal on this, and now I could open up a live chart or a certain date or something like that. So do you have like a date or anything like that?
No, I haven't put any thought like that into it yet, but I just know like I need to start trading live, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and just ultimately my thing I think is just managing risk
Mm-hmm.
because I know for a long time I was like over leveraging, like that was primarily what I was doing when I was
Mm-hmm.
trading. So, you know, even if my analysis is wrong, my risk is right, you know, I should have another chance in the market, which I
Okay.
will.
So you
So-
have the simulator. What I want you to do is just gain 10% on an account within maybe a month, maybe 2 months, whatever you need to do. Just get it up to 10% without rewinding, and also focusing on risk management, focusing on like, all right, you're taking a trade that's according to your rules that we've written out for you. If price starts to go in the opposite direction,
Yeah.
or if it starts to pass the high in a sell, or the 30-minute close is bullish or anything like that when you're in a sell, you're closing 50 right away. And this isn't real money, so you're not getting so attached to it. And once you start to do that, start to record some of the things that you're doing wrong, or stuff like that, and you're gonna get a lot better. You're gonna get a lot more confident, and then once you get that 10%, open up a live account and do the same exact thing.
Yeah, I got to get used to using that back testing simulator, and ultimately, the more times I use it, obviously, the more comfortable I will be
Oh yeah,
with it. But
it's practice.
it's just like I'm not really used to using like MetaTrader on the computer to trade and stuff, so it's kind of an adjustment. As hard as that's maybe to hear. I know a lot of people use the desktops, so
Mhm.
I just personally never have, not too much at least.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get used to the simulator on MetaTrader. I also
Yeah,
used to only trade on the Trading View, and at first it was like I would not see, like, as you cannot adjust the chart the same way you can on Trading View. Well, sometimes you don't see the same thing that you would see if you were on Trading View. And so at
yeah,
first maybe I was taking like trades that I would not take, and would not see trades that I would have seen on Trading View and all that. But after a little bit of time, you get used to it.
yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah,
good
I
to
just
hear.
gotta just go full steam at it, And like
Yeah.
Steph's always said, like, you know, first few times it's gonna take you a lot longer than it will be 2 weeks down the road.
Yeah, honestly, it's the best thing, the simulator.
Yeah,
You just want to spend as much time as you can on that thing until you are able to just get winning trades consistently. And you can, like, it's crazy how you can make as many mistakes as you want on the simulator, and and make progress without costing you anything in the markets, and much quicker than if you were doing it on the live markets every day.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's such a
definitely.
great point, because like when most traders start out, either you start out without a mentor, or you start out without the simulator, right? And either one of those, you're learning so many mistakes in the market and losing so much money when you don't need to. You can lose that money on the simulator, lose that money, but it's not real money. But Dylan, like for you or anybody, if you guys have struggle back testing on the simulator or doing some of the things you need to, you got to focus on getting yourself in a zone, like where nothing else matters. You're in the
Mm-hmm.
computer, you throw on some music, whatever the fuck you want, and you just focus and you just back test, press play, play it in real time, fast forward to where you may see a setup during your session, and just get in the zone. And that's the best way that you're going to start to develop some motivation. You're not going
Yeah,
to develop motivation by watching a YouTube video to pump you up or anything. Best way to develop motivation and to develop consistency and get your motor going really is to as we talk about, grab a really good workout where you just bust your ass the whole time, or just do the work. The motivation
yeah.
comes from just doing the work and getting better and better and seeing improvement every single day. It's going to be hard first, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually, over the next day or two, it becomes a lot easier. And you start to see things, you start to notice things in the market that you will start to notice in the live market as well.
Yeah, and I fully understand that progress is attractive, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the more progress you're experiencing, the more you're gonna put into it.
Yeah.
But
And then
like
the
you said at the
contrary, too.
beginning, you really have to fucking dive in because that's where it all begins.
Yeah, man. It's
So
and then the opposite too, where like if you're not doing those things and you're not taking action, you start to feel no confidence. You start to feel down on yourself, and you're losing motivation. You're losing your momentum at that time, and it's an ugly place to be in. So the best way to get out of that is just doing the work,
yeah,
reviewing trades,
Yeah.
just throwing on music is the best thing. We were throwing back and forth the concentrating playlist, and Quentin was serenading us with some nice music too. But you know, this stuff is awesome, and it could even be, you know, just this stuff.
Yep.
No lyrics, just get into it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, this has lyrics.
Yeah,
But
you were talking about.
what's up, Quentin?
Yeah, I was saying, you were talking about confidence, and you always say how important it is, and that's really a real thing every day in the markets. You want to, as scalpers, even more, you want to be decisive with your decisions, obviously, and to be able to be decisive, you need to have confidence in what you know and know what you don't know also, where you have to stay out. And so backtesting is a great way to build confidence. And I think that as a beginner, you like that confidence you get from backtesting like dies out after like 1 or 2 days. So every session I'm gonna get like one dose of confidence. But if I don't backtest the day after that, like that dose is gonna die out. And every day where I backtest like a good 1.5 hours where I can get 2 or 3 trades where I'm really good, like either wins or losses, but I manage it perfectly and I win a couple trades. Like the day after that, I feel like a better trader when I get on the charts and I am way more confident. But if I don't do it like for a couple days, then the benefits just aren't there anymore. So I think with time, I will be able to be more confident on a regular basis. But at this point, like every day, I gotta put in this work to be able to be confident the next day.
Yeah, you've made tremendous strides over the last couple months, right? With just staying consistent with your daily tasks. You're reading every single day. You just finished that book, which I would love to pick up. But you know, with your trading and backtesting and breaking down charts, all that stuff, like it's just a matter of time. You know, when you guys first come in here, obviously you're coming from a hard place where you're not confident in your trading, and we just get you on the right track. And if you guys just listen to what I'm saying and actually do the work, you guys will build a lot of confidence. And confidence is everything in trading. Sometimes too much
Yeah,
can hurt you, but
Anos, I have a question.
sure.
In gold in 15 minutes, you have a candle engulfing. He more big for the last. I think the gold to be up because the index dollars is down.
Mm.
In the he grabbed the money and he go up. What do you think for this?
Good question.
case?
Yeah, so the dollar over here is retracing a little bit, kind of like what we were just looking at on UJ, right, Jack? Where we ended up retesting the high over here and we're starting to reject. We didn't close
Reject.
above. We didn't get that clean close above right now yet. Now in gold, if you look at it, now we are pulling back. Like I said, we could end up pulling back into this area over here, holding a resistance and then continuing down. Right, we're seeing the bearish momentum continuing down with these candles and a new low created over here. Now, if you're going to take anything, right, the problem is we just held support right here. Right, we just held support in the same exact area we've bounced off of in the past. So now what you would need to do is at least get a very strong 15-minute candle to close here, at the very least. Right, I'm not taking anything on the 5-minute or anything like that. At the very least, get a very bearish candle. Stop loss maybe up here, maybe right above it, but you can maybe take this down and retest that low. Right?
He was talking about buying.
He was talking about buying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's buying, yeah. Because the dollars index is go down and the gold is go up, and the green candle in gold is engulfing, is either other. The market is to be change direction, and the dollars you make trouble. It's like yeah, I think is 15 minutes. It's tricky. It's tricky day. I think is
Aziz, remember what we talked about the other day when it comes to trading what you see and not what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't decide, but
Wait.
I evaluate the candle. I read the candle because the candle green is engulfing, is in the other. Donc the market he changed direction. I know the gold he grab the money after he up. He like to people lose money. I know the gold like.
Now you're losing me a little bit. But when it comes to the dollar over here, since February 1st, right? Have we been bullish or bearish? Just one word. Bullish or bearish?
In this candle or this move?
Just the overall direction of this market over here. Since February 1st, has the dollar been creating higher lows and higher highs or lower lows and lower highs?
Go
Higher low, higher low, higher
high.
low, higher low, right?
Yes.
Been in a short-term bullish trend right now.
Yeah,
Now on
yeah.
gold, what has gold been doing? Since February 1st.
The bearish go
Bearish,
down.
right? Very bearish,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
now if you're gonna try to call tops or call bottoms for this at least, right? Where would you say safer buys would be on gold?
For your area where you put this in the yes, when he break 1844 is the best.
There you
The
go.
best.
Beautiful. Good
The
shit.
best, yeah, the best. But
The safest buys are gonna be
yeah.
right here, right?
Yeah,
Now
exactly. Yeah.
we've been bearish all morning, right? Now the dollar over here is just retracing. Look, last hour or the last 30 minutes, we just got a strong bullish candle close right at that area. This candle is now creating a bottom wick and it's already flipping bullish. I'm not saying we're going to break through resistance, but it's flipping bullish right now. And now gold over here, this is just this is where a lot of people get in trouble because they try to call bottoms just because of this engulfing candle. We got an engulfing candle, but it's still only a 15-minute candle, so it's not that strong. There's a higher probability that price is coming right into this area to retest and grab liquidity before heading down. See how we're holding resistance right now?
Yeah.
I still think safer sells are going to be below 1830 over here, right? Because the 30-minute, I would rather see a 30-minute bearish close than a 15-minute bearish close. But if this 15-minute closes a strong bearish, I could see if the next one creates a top wick and passes the low of it, I could see this potentially continuing down to retest that low. And that's something that you may want to explore. But that still means that the 30-minute is closing bullish at the support again. But hopefully what we get is, this is what we call an impulse volume push, where this candle creates a top wick, and let's say this candle closes kind of like that, right? Can the next candle create a top wick, pass the low of this candle, and continue right back down? That's an impulse volume push, where you get a bearish candle close, you get a bullish candle with a tall top wick, and ends up closing really weak bullish right over here. And then the next candle creates a little top wick over here, flips bearish, and fills that wick and continues down. That's what I want to see. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that in the next 9 minutes. This looks like a pretty strong 30-minute candle. But again, I can see, this is what we talked about. I could see price pulling back into this area, holding a resistance, and then continuing down the rest of the day. And if the dollar breaks through this resistance, that's even stronger that could happen. Make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. So again, the main thing that you want to start doing, I would write this down on a piece of paper right next to you too. Trade what you see, not what you think. So wait to see how candles are forming and see how the market is trending and what the best case scenario, highest probability thing that could happen is, and stick with that.
Now, why I ask question, because I confusion. I say why I say what I think. I don't take decision for buy or sell because
Yeah, no, I want you to
don't
ask questions.
understand.
That's
I
good.
don't understand what you move. Yeah.
You don't understand what I mean?
No, I understand. I understand. But technically, I think he grab money after he up. Like he go in congestion. This area is very tough area. 1844 and 1830 because the dollars and index he stay in this area. Don't he go? He don't break to give to say sell. Donc, I don't, why I don't touch. Don't know.
Quinn, are you picking any of that up? By any chance? I thought maybe
I mean,
you'd be able to understand a little bit better. It's just a little difficult sometimes.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the area is tough. So, I mean, what I would say to you, is you want to have as many reasons as possible to take a trade. Like one reason is not going to be enough. And so the engulfing candle is one hint that maybe price can go up, but you want to look at the other things that may tell you otherwise. Like you're coming back into a range that is ugly. And so you rather want to stay out of the range that is looking
Yeah.
like so.
Exactly, yeah. Because me, I like take a decision for two things, for the index dollars and the candle. The
Yeah,
index
you
dollars
might,
don't break, and he go okay. He's a break the resistance. I to be safe, and I know he's a. Donc he stay in this area, and the dollars he make engulfing. The candle is engulfing. I say
yeah,
I know the
but you
engulfing.
might want
The
to
direction is changed. Donc why I say Stefan, what I need to
you
go.
might want to give less importance to some of the things you look at. Like one candle can only say so much, and the dollar index can only say so much. You want to maybe give less importance to how the dollar index looks like, where it goes. Like it's one little hint amongst like maybe 15 that you can look at. Just like you just have 1/15 of the reasons you can use to take a trade.
Yeah, like you want like a whole list of things like rattled off right here. 1 point, another point, right? Like all these things are lining up for my target. Like for you, you're only looking at this 1 15-minute engulfing bullish candle against everything else in the market. Now, again, like you could be right? We could be finding our bottom right here, right? And price could continue up. But in that case, I don't think there's anything in here that I want to be trading in right over here. But if you're going to, right, you would need a break above that area and you need price to hold support right over here before continuing up. But again, you're still creating these lower highs, so you got to be careful doing something like that. It's just not worth it. But if you break above this area and hold a support over here and retest it, then I could see this thing continuing up. And at that point, if price ends up reaching up there, it'll be over here, breaking the trend, holding support over here, and then you could counter trend trade that.
Yes.
Right, but right now everything is, we'll put Quentin. Everything is bearish right now. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, I don't know if I'm gonna take anything until we start to break below this area. Hopefully we could get that impulse volume push. But I'm gonna head off, start back testing and everything, and I'll see you guys at 1 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Okay.
So we're well above 10% on the account, but we're gonna trade until the 20th to see what we could get out of December.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you,
If
sir.
I catch anything, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
See you, boys.
Have a good day.